Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is February 17th. I'm sitting in my backyard here in Oklahoma. Say what up to Sweetie. Hopefully Diamond doesn't, well, Diamond's over there, so hopefully they don't come over here and bother me, and hopefully they don't start fighting. But today we're going to be talking about Mastering Monero by Serhack and co-authored by the Monero Community. This book was written in an open source fashion. I think sort of the lead author was Serhack, and I'm just going to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about what I learned from the book, what I thought was really interesting, some of the pros, some of the cons. Yeah, we'll just jump right into it. I really liked this book. I think it's a great kind of corollary read, follow-up to anyone who's read Mastering Bitcoin. I say that because Mastering Monero is a lot shorter, a lot thinner, and a lot less robust in its analysis, as opposed to what Andreas Antonopoulos did. But it is a really, really great overview for anyone who wants to learn about Monero, how Monero works, how it differs from Bitcoin, and how it achieves its privacy. For those who don't know, which if you're watching this, hopefully you do know, Monero is a privacy-focused cryptocurrency. It is not a fork of the Bitcoin code base. It's actually its own. It's actually a fork of a coin called Bytecoin. And interestingly, I learned that Monero means coin and Estonian or some Estebanian, some other language, right? And so that's how the name Monero came about. It actually means coin, and it used to be Bit Monero, and then they shortened it to Monero. Yeah, but anyways, this book was, I think one of the best things about this book is that it was able to take some really complex things, things like ring CT, stealth addresses, confidential transactions, a lot of these really complex computer science concepts, and create really cool analogies to help make them digestible. It talks, and it actually gives some infographics and some kind of like animated pictures, which I actually think was the strongest thing about this book, is that it, I think, did a little bit better job of taking some of the complex things and making them understandable by using analogies and figures and things of that nature. And so I learned a lot. I learned about how ring signatures work, how confidential transactions work, and I learned about Monero's Kovri network, which is basically a network that allows, kind of like Tor, it allows them to hide IP addresses. And it's really cool to see that and learn about all the different attack vectors that Monero has thought through in terms of how they're going to create privacy, right? You have to make sure that the person who's sending it and the person receiving it are disguised, how the amount is disguised, how where the transaction came from is disguised. And it really allowed you to understand some of the complexities involved in taking a ledger that is open for anyone to look at and observe and try and, oh, there they go. They're really just play fighting. They're not really like, they're lovers. But anyways, it allows you to take some of these like really complex things, it allows you to see all the different complexities and intricacies and thought that has to go behind making a global open ledger private, so that no one can look at amounts and balances and all those things. And so I really appreciated learning about privacy, even if Monero doesn't win out. There's a lot of other privacy-focused coins. There's Zcash, Dash, if you can consider that private. I don't really think it is. And now there's Mimblewimble and Beam and Grin and all these different things, right? And what I think is really valuable about this book for anyone who's interested in blockchain, anyone who's interested in cryptocurrencies, is not actually just understanding how Monero works, but getting an understanding of how privacy works, right? In all the different ways that one needs to think about privacy and securing the network. I really enjoyed learning about some of the differences between Bitcoin and Monero, and in terms of how they've decided to, decentralize mining by being, ASIC resistant, and how they have a perpetual inflation model to kind of guard against the possibility of some sort of dubious actions whenever the mining reward goes away in Bitcoin. And so it's really cool to see, you know, people just continuing to innovate. And what I really appreciated about this book is, and about Monero, is you really get to see how open source and how community driven that project is. And I think that's a really powerful thing. The book kind of gets into the history of how Monero was started, and how it was, you know, forked away from its original inventor or creator, whatever. But anyways, yeah, I go ahead and give this book I guess a 4 out of 5, maybe a 3.5 out of 5. It's a pretty short read, really digestible, but even if this could actually be your first book, like if you don't want to read Mastering Bitcoin, if that's like a little bit too much, and I think it might be for someone, this is actually a really good kind of substitute for that, because it does give you a very good overview of how blockchain works in general, and does a good job of comparing you know, Bitcoin's model to Monero and how Monero achieves privacy. So be interested to see what you guys think. Let me know if you've read the book. I'll have a link in the description to, you know, where you can get it on Amazon, and it'll most likely be an affiliate link, so it really helps out if you click on that. Thank you guys for watching this. See you in the next book review.